you think about that for a guitar? It's not very often a fellow my caliber gets to play such an instrument as this. This is Merle Travis's famous Super 400. It was the last guitar he had the Gibson built for him when he put his old Super 400 in the Hall of Fame. This guitar has an inch-thick maple top, a pretty fiddleback maple. Of course, he's got the pretty Bigsby. He had a gunsmith to engrave this and all. Of course, it's all been gold-plated and everything. This pick guard's made out of bird's eye maple and edged and celluloid bound. Of course, his name's inlaid in beautiful mother of pearl, and of course the head stomp says Gibson Special Super 400. It's quite a guitar. On it right here, Merle had a watch fixed so he could keep time of his shows and all, which is very unique item. Of course, then this is his strap that he plays with and all. I can show you about everything except the way he actually played it. It's a lot of fun to get to pick on his guitar. I'm going to do a few of his tunes for you now. Not as good as he'd do them, but I do them the best I can the way I like them. First tune I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to do you a little tune called the 9-Pound Hammer. fine guitar. Sure is quite a privilege to get to play on it. Now, Merle had a lot of little funny tunes and all, and a lot of them had some meaning to them and all. And here's one that I particularly like. It's got a lot of meaning to it if you listen to the words. It's called That's All. Excuse me just a minute, I'll have a little drink of water here. Try not to get intoxicated on that water tonight while I'm picking for you. Some people go to school to learn how to teach, and others go to school trying to learn how to preach. Now you can't preach without going to school. You ain't a preacher, you an educated fool, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake. That's all. I know, now he's a wiser man. He keeps trying to get all the money that he can. Now when that old undertaker lets that man down, where's he gonna spend that money? Under the ground, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake. That's all. Comes from monkeys, so some people say, but the good book don't quite tell it that way. Now if you believe them monkey tales, a lot of people do. I'd rather be that monkey brother than you, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake. That's all. My little song is finished, and this little song's through. I didn't necessarily mean to sing it all to you, but if you don't like the way this little song goes, it's a mighty good sign of being a trumpet on your toes, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake. That's all. That's all. Okay, Lonzo is going to do a little. Merle used to, when he was playing on stage, I saw him one night, he'd share his guitar with somebody and all, so me and Lonzo are going to do a little act like that. Lonzo's learning the 9-pound hammer, so I'm going to do the right hand, and Lonzo's going to do a little left hand on it. Are you ready, Lonzo? Okay, look around there and let's do it. Me and Lonzo playing on Merle Travis's guitar, the 9-pound hammer. Lonzo's 9 years old.
Your hammer's a little bit too heavy for me.
Is it too heavy for you? Well, I'll see if I can do something else with this guitar now. Thank you, Lonzo. Here's a pretty tune that Merle used to play called After You're Gone that I like to play. farther on down the road. Farther on down the road. Got a lot of gals on my list. Almighty clean road. Where I go and there's a mighty few I miss. I like a new gal every night. I like grass that ain't been mowed. Till the day I'm dead, I'm gonna love her head. Farther on down the road. When a gal gets in her 30s and you take her to wine and dine, she's done found out what love's about and you don't have to waste your time. Cause a nice big game of poker, your hand is done with show. But if you lose a bet, there's another game yet. Just farther on down the road. Farther on down the road. Got a lot of guys on the list. Almighty clean road. Where I go and there's a mighty few I miss. I like a new gal every night. I like grass that ain't been mowed. Till the day I'm dead, I'm gonna love her head. Farther on down the road. I guess a lot of gals will miss me when my rambling days are done, but I'll still have no memories and I'll love everyone. There's just one thing that haunts me when all of my oats are sold. There's a million yet that I ain't met. Just farther on down the road. Farther on down the road. Got a lot of gals on my list. Almighty clean road. Where I go and there's a mighty few I miss. I like a new gal every night. I like grass that ain't been mowed. Till the day I'm dead, I'm gonna love her head. Farther on down the road. It's an awful hard job to smile all when you're not got anybody with a camera looking at you. But here's my big smile for tonight. Let's see if I can do a little bit of walking the strings. I can't do it like Merle did because I played the first part wrong. I learned the part up from Moles and made up the other part. I can sort of play the second 2 or 3 go rounds right, but the first part you just have to bear with it. You just have to be the way it is. I got it in my head that way and can't change it. If I appear at the end of these songs to be standing here with a dumb look on my face, it's not really because I've got that dumb look syndrome. It's just that I'm sort of waiting. We don't know how to black that little thing out. We can just sort of close the picture out. And every now and then I make a mistake and we have to back up. So I like to leave a little room when you back that tape up. Believe it or not. most requested pieces. It's been requested twice. Called Lost John, Bowling Green. Well, look, this fellow that ever seen Long Lost John and Bowling Green had on his shoes on his feet, was big and went first red. One of them said, John, what did he say? Put it under his ham for me. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now Lost John sitting on the railroad track and waiting for a freight train to come back. Freight train come along, skipping and flying. It is to catch what we call the fly. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now Lost John went to Norman's house, just walked up in as quiet as a mouse. Norman said, Lost John gets some Jeremy sitting for a bucket of beer. Never mind the bucket, never mind the beer, 'cause the hounds on the trail. He said, he's long. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now Lost John said, now the ugliest fellow that ever seen Long Lost John and Bowling Green. His eyes was red, his gun was blue, Lord. Just keep that fellow deep, gotta get along. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. I thought I was gonna mess that last verse up, didn't I? Now here's this serious verse. Now Lost John went to a burlesque show. He picked out a seat down on the front row. Now the girls come out and they done a little dance. They carried Johnny home in an ambulance. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone. John from Bowling Green. Thank you, music lovers. I thought now we might take a few shots of the guitar and let you just look at it for a minute. It's really a beautiful guitar. Just look at the grain in the wood of this guitar. So we'll take note of a few things that's on here in case any of us ever try to put together a guitar sort of like this. As I say, this guitar, of course, at the elf holes here is beveled back, and that's a full inch maple top. And one of the things that I had trouble with when I worked on my Super 400, of course, it's laying over here is with the Bigsby knolls, trying to get this arm right. So I thought I might make a few measurements here and we put it on tape, and then we might have it. And one of the things I want to measure is the distance from the E string out to the ring. And I get one and one and a half inches from this part of the ring over to the E string. From the distance from the pick guard up to the bottom of the Travis arm there is 1 inch and 3/8. And I think that's the main measurements. That's the ones I had trouble with trying to figure out. I used pictures from Merle. And so how I estimated mine needs to come up just a little bit higher. But 1 3/8 inches from your pick guard up. Width of his neck, one and 3/4 at the first fret. It's got a on and off switch. Here. I've got his toggle down here. Looks like it's got old original Gibson knobs on for his volume and tone controls. As I say, you got these P90 pickups. I've heard Mr. John made mention that he thought R.C. Allen made the insides for these. I'm not sure, but of course it's just a regular old black face P90. And here's something I was really surprised at, that Merle had just a plain ebony bridge on his guitar, just like what a custom Super 400 come out with. I thought maybe he might have some kind of a rolling bridge where he used that tremolo so much, but he doesn't have it. Of course, here's his armrest, which is an awful nice addition to the guitar. To me, I think they make them pretty, but in hot weather or something, when your arm's sticky, it also keeps your arm up from messing the finish up. And I'm fortunate that Mr. Paul Yandel has made me one, and I'm going to have put on my guitar in a few days.
On the keys.
Oh yeah, the keys. We're going. Here's the neatest little trick that I saw yet. These keys have got a little gizmo on them. Up on the keys, you flip that back like that, and you've got a sidewinder for each key to put the strings on with. And I think nobody but Merle Travis probably deserves something like that. But isn't that a neat little trick? And turn around here and just get a good shot of the headstock here and all. And I think a lot of things of interest that fellow don't get to see a lot of times. See how pretty this inlay is. Here's another interesting thing is Merle's had his strap hooked right above the neck on the upper side. It had a ring type thing, and it had sort of like a dog snout on his thing to hold it on strong. Now his lower side speaks pretty much the same way. We've got a piece of celluloid or something here to keep from scratching it and all. And this hook, I don't know if he had broke the little thing off of it, or if he just used that and just hooked it in there and just let the weight hold it up and all. But anyhow, he had a good secure strapping method. Maybe a lot of us ought to go to that. Notice one thing, Merle, I don't know if the film will show us or not, but there's some pretty good little belt buckle marks right here in the back. I guess Merle had a pretty big belt buckle and all, and didn't have a good padding to protect that guitar's back, so he's got a few gouges in it. One pretty good long one here. This also, like the top, is a beautiful flaming maple back. Beautiful sides. that beautiful front. I don't know who thought they ever get to fix a Bixby up like that, but that just really would make quite an addition to his guitar. And then I don't know if I'd ever get my name in the neck or not, but isn't that neat? I can tell you, it's a great job to try to pick a fine instrument like this. And especially with what Merle Travis meant to all of us. This is a nudie buckle here. It's Nudies Rodeo Tailors. 5015 something other Boulevard. Now back with the nudie strap on and Merle Super 400. Let's see what can I pick. Let's do a little Ike Everly Ray here. On this guitar, but I just sort of hate to. These are the ones that Merle had on. And, it just sort of bugs me to take them off. Let's do a little Moe's Rager thing now. anyhow, but tribute to a great, great picker, friend I'm glad I know. Here's a little tune that Jerry Reed played called Jerry's Breakdown that I like. One time I saw Odell Martin, he sort of put a thumb part in. I thought, well, if he can do that, Merle Travis ever fooled with it, maybe he'd come up with something. So first time I'll try to do it close to the way Jerry does it. Next time I'll do my version of Merle Travis doing Jerry's Breakdown. I'll just leave that mistake in there that I made. If I appear to be droopy-eyed and tired feeling all, it's probably because I really am. This is made the night after I come in from out, when I've been out to Seattle, Washington, Lonzo Line, and rode the train and all. If y'all don't know it, I missed the train in Chicago and had to ride the great gray dog home, the big greyhound. We rode all night on that. And I'm trying to practice a little bit because I'm supposed to play this guitar this Saturday, which is the 12th of August, 1989, in Central City, Kentucky, for the Everly Brothers homecoming concert. I'm supposed to get to do about 20 minutes using this guitar, so I'm trying to get used to it. It does play a little different than mine and all. Of course, I've been playing acoustic last 2 weeks, pretty solid. Believe it or not, I've practiced. I've got all three of those chords I know practiced down while I was out there. But it's quite a different thing to come back and use them on this electric, so forgive me for the bad mistakes and all I'm making, and that my appearance is not cheerful and joyful, but it is an excitement for me to get to do this, stand here and play this. And if nobody ever wants to watch this but me, I'll enjoy it. Sure he won't gamble anymore. Sure he won't gamble anymore. Now poor Junior's gal, when they told her the news, she's hanging out her clothes on the line. She just shook her head, and this is what she said. Said you can't roll a seven every time. No, can't roll a seven every time. They buried little Junior in the graveyard. They laid him there by his dad. Put a tombstone between them, and this is what it said. Said your lives are good and the bad, poor boy. Your lives are good and the bad. Ready or not, here they come, my two favorites. a lot to me because it's got so much in it. I can see these coal miners that's working because I was raised around the coal miners. My daddy was a coal miner for about 35 years underground. So it's got a lot of meaning to me and all. I can remember the old coal miners, the song says it's certain marks upon these men. And mining coal did leave marks upon the men. Some of them are now suffering from the black lung, or of course in the song it mentions certain marks upon his skin will leave a scar of blue. It really would. So there's really a lot of truth in this song, so listen to the words of it. It's called Black Gold. There's a breed of men that I know well, 'cause we are kith and kin, from the pearly gates to the brink of hell. You'll find these weary men. Their youth flies fast, but then alas, before their time they're old. From danger's been working at the base of coal. Black gold. A certain mark on all these men, of some sort is in view, for black coal dust beneath the skin will leave a scar of blue. So on his hands or pallid face, a tale in part is told, how he has labored at the base of coal. Black gold. As these men labor at their crafts, like snails the hours creep by. Oh, here is empty and hollow laugh, a laugh that hides a cry, but not a cry that brings a tear. Each man is brave and bold, or he would not be digging here for coal. Black gold. There's a breed of men that I know well, a man black gold allures, and more than human tongue can tell, our hardships he's endured. Each line upon his face engraved from nature's special mold, a man who sweated, worked and slaved for coal. Black gold. It's getting pretty bad when you're about to put the camera operator to sleep. But sure hate to see her fall off that stool there. Be worse than Humpty Dumpty. Had a great fall. jet, then I might try to do another. No, I hadn't really, nobody's after jet, so it's still available. I call it, I never thought that King Coal would die. In the area I live in, coal mining has been our main employment off in this part of Kentucky. And of course, we've had a lot of things battling against coal mining at this time. We've got the acid rain bills and all, and we've got a lot of companies that would like to do away with the UMWA. And also, I wrote this little song back when I got out of high school. Most of my classmates, instead of going on to college or something, a lot of them just went right on to a real good paying job in the coal mines and all. And of course, now you just can't hardly buy a job in mines. So, well, I never thought that King Coal would die. To think of his passing brings tears to my eyes. Now the government and the acid rain have eulogized his fate. We should have tried to save him before it was too late. I never thought that King Coal would die. To think of his passing brings tears to my eyes. It took away our cold time, but light in our lives. I never thought that King Coal would die. Now many 9-pound hammers been swung and counted shovels loaded 16 tons. The Union bravest in the land now has to make concessions to the operator's hand. I never thought that King Coal would die. To think of his passing brings tears to my eyes. We took away our cold time, but light in our life. I never thought that King Coal would die. Now when I was a little boy, my daddy I would kiss as he headed for the mines at 5:45. We knew his work was dangerous and many lives were took, but many hungry mouths were fed by the time he'd shed wood. I never thought that King Coal would die. To think of his passing brings tears to my eyes. It took away our cold time, but light in our lives. I never thought that King Coal would die. A boy could stay in his native land, and King Coal would make his lifestyle grand. But now those good old days are past and gone. Young folks around here gotta travel on. I never thought that King Coal would die. To think of his passing brings tears to my eyes. It took away our cold time, but light in our lives. But I never thought that King Coal would die. it.